A loose fore-end on a side-by-side shotgun is an easy fix. Let me show you how. This is a Winchester Model 21, built in the early 1930s. The Model 21 was introduced in 1931, and about 30,000 were made up until 1959, when production was moved to the Winchester Custom Shop. This gun is mechanically sound, but the fore-end is just a little loose. The barrels are still tight against the face, so fixing this fore-end is pretty simple. With the wood removed, it's easy to see the importance of the fore-end. When the gun is opened, these recesses move the cocking levers, recocking the internal hammers. The fore-end iron also houses the automatic ejector mechanisms, which eject empty shells after the gun is fired. You can see that the fore-end iron fits between the knuckle and loop, serving as a latch to keep the gun together when it's opened. It's this gap behind the loop that lets the fore-end wiggle. I begin by taking off the fore-end retainer and catch. It's important to note the orientation of the spring. A bench block is necessary to support the fore-end iron as I drive out the pins. I also need to remove the extractors from the barrels to prevent the ejector hammers in the fore-end from pressing against them. It's easier to remove the extractors because the ejectors are spring-loaded. With these parts removed, you can more clearly see how the iron fits between the front of the action, or knuckle, and the loop. The slot in a fore-end iron is a little oversized, allowing the fore-end iron to wiggle slightly. Not a problem. All that's required is to move a small amount of metal at the end of the slot, tightening the fore-end iron against the loop. This can be done by upsetting metal behind the slot, stretching the fore-end iron slightly. The area could also be built up by welding or soldering in a shim, but the iron would have to be reblued. The gap is a couple of thousandths, about the thickness of a piece of paper, so I don't have much metal to move. I have a punch that's been ground and polished to a wedge shape. With the iron firmly against a metal bench block, the punch is struck firmly on the hidden side of the iron to stretch the metal and provide a tighter fit. It doesn't take much stretching, so it's important to check my progress. This technique should never be used to tighten up an old gun on which the barrels are off the face. The back of the slot should make considerable contact with the loop. I coat the contact surface with a marker to check the fit. The fore-end iron is just starting to make contact with the loop, or what I call a soft fit. Now it's a simple matter of fitting. I carefully file off the shiny spot. Until I have just a bit of clearance. Then strike the iron again. we are looking for a firm contact or a hard fit between the fore-end iron and the loop. The sides of the iron, as well as the inside of the slot, are dressed back flush. Cold blue blends in the appearance. Then everything is reassembled. A proper repair such as this one should last for many years and leave no evidence of the work performed.